this stage. VEJRGANG 7 points going into round 4 last week. Emre Yilmaz 7 points going into round 4 in week number 1. 4 is the match that we are dealing with today. 2 points from top to bottom separate this group. It's all to play for as we do get underway with a Peter Schmeichel save for Sean.
These keepers have really stepped up their game. It must be said. Something's happened. Oh my god.
Wide of the post, and that'll take us into the first pause of this game. 2 minutes in. Anders kicking from right to left in this matchup. I'm having a little mosey around the studio before we got started this 4th round, and I just went up to the Anders booth behind him, and Anders is sat there doing his settings, getting ready, and the coach, Daniel, he's sat behind him, laptop open. He's got a PowerPoint presentation. He's got all the games down the left-hand side of the screen with the time that the match is going to be taking place, 3 tips on how that person plays, and the formation that they're going to be using, the tactics that they might be deploying as well. So I think he had something like Bobby Charlton, left centre mid, look for the power shot.
Jesus.
If you were coaching me, I'd just say play better.
I have 4 things for you. I'd say shoot, I'd say pass, I'd say unlucky,
yeah,
and I'd say calm down. That's all I got for you.
My favourite, whenever I'm playing with someone, whether it's co-op, whether it's clubs, whatever, chin up. Chin up, mate, come on. Next one goes in. I love that.
I couldn't say that. I couldn't do that because I'd be thinking, is there more behind that?
Let's chin up. Come on, mate.
Nah.
Next one goes in. Next one goes in.
No, not with me. I couldn't.
But you can see we are just in a little bit of pause here. There is another match taking place that is back underway. Abu Maka in action up against Antonini Gabriel. They've just kicked off, and you can see that game live here in focus. 8 minutes in, when Anders does get back underway, we'll head back on over there. But for right now, we'll keep the gameplay rolling. And this is going to be Antonini off the back of a break, as Anders and Sean is back with our featured match of this round. Top of the table clash. Sean LDW, his live pro item, didn't get round to it. Deli Ali. On the other side of it, Simikan. You can see at the bottom right corner for VEJRGANG. David Beckham back there doing a defensive bit of work as Sauer presses all the way high on the pitch. I know you've spoke about it before, but I'm stepping into the commentary booth now, so I'm going to give it a new lease of life. The formation, the tactic changes from Anders. Hernandez was in his draft. He doesn't even get a place in the starting 11. It's Essien who comes in. It's a 4-3-2-1. It's new tactics. It's a new way of playing. And I'm really intrigued to ask Anders 2 questions. A, is this a one-off because the draft restrictions limit you from playing your 4-4-2 as you would like? And B, is the 4-3-2-1 going to stick? Is this what we're moving with going forward?
Yeah, I mean, with the 4-4-2, you know, like I mentioned earlier, you get a lot of balance. You know, you have it's pretty much very symmetrical. You've got the centre mid, you've got the left mid, the right mid, you've got the 2 forwards, and then obviously the back 4. Whereas with the 4-3-2-1, it's more attacking.
Press.
Yeah, very aggressive, and you want to sort of get the ball forward as fast as you can. I do feel like the 4-3-2-1 could suit Anders because obviously he's very relentless going forward and does enjoy scoring goals, but you know, the 4-4-2 is his bread.
I mean, let's be honest, he shouldn't have won that last game against Abu Maka. It should have been a draw at least. It would have also made my prediction correct at 2-2.
Listen, that's in my years of watching. I've never seen a goalkeeper performance like that, so I think you can't really argue with it. The keeper movement was on point, and you know, check delivered.
We do have a goal in the second match that we are watching between Antonini Gabriel and Abu Maka. Baron, lovely Travella outside the boot, putting Abu Maka 1-0 up. And for any Koulibaly ownies at home, you'll be fist pumping the air.
Baron's definitely an unsung hero.
Oh, he's been unreal.
He's been unreal. Just being able to provide that, you know, that Travella and just his passing as well. He's just been very, very solid for his price. Be interesting to see where he's at now.
John Barnes out wide into Jarzinho. Good step in there from Sol Campbell. Interesting pick in these teams. He's featuring a couple. Wasn't in mine personally. It's pretty expensive, I'll be honest, the promo item of Sol Campbell. Mentioned it just before this game. Sean LDW, 4 icons that no one else is using. Puskas, Best, Beckham, and Petit. Jarzinho picking up the possession. Charlton, green time at the near post. And Anders finds himself 1-0 up.
And you can just see from that goal, he holds the ball just for a split second with Bobby Charlton to enable that goalkeeper movement. And that's pretty much where he punishes him at the near post. You see, he shuffles across with Schmeichel, and it's a world-class finish. Just to delay it.
And green. Green timed as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in the box, it's got to be green time, doesn't it? I've never seen someone score and then
be so angry.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be jumping for joy, but then I'm not.
You're also not scoring.
Yeah. Pretty much.
He's won the ball straight off kickoff as well. Anders looks like a man on a mission right now. Inside the box again, looks for the Trivela. You have noticed that the byline drives have become less,
yeah.
I think. And that's probably twofold. The update with the nerf to the R1 dribbling, but also the players that you're using in those situations might not be the best dribblers to get to the byline as well.
When you're working with obviously John Barnes and then obviously Bobby Charlton, it's very different to having the likes of Vinny.
There is Johnny Barnes.
I spoke too soon by the looks of things.
John Barnes, incredible player. I taught him everything I know. There's a story to that. I'll show you at half-time.
I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Just the extra pass out wide.
It's so crucial, that extra pass. Taking his time, John Barnes putting the ball in the back of the net.
I think you just saw there from Sean, sort of like shake the head. Is there anything I can really do there? He's hit the extra pass. He's played it overloaded. I've got no defender there. In that situation, I could move the keeper if I move him to the far post and he shoots at the near. It's a tough situation to be in, it certainly is.
It's a very difficult situation, and because the game is going so quickly, you're thinking all these things at, you know, such a high speed, and before you know it, it's too late.
VEJRGANG smells blood in the water right now. You just see the way that he's stepping higher up the pitch. There's mistakes coming in from Shaw. This game could very quickly get out of hand. Anders pressing has been relentless, but it's also been perfect. That's a loss of possession. Can he punish him? Sean with Puskas, first time flick. It's a nice idea, but the execution.
It's unfortunate.
Cafu just giving the ball away, stepped in field. Nice switch of possession over onto this right hand side. The offensive Cafu for Sean takes over. But Laurent
Blanc again.
Did do the SBC?
I did. My main am RTG.
Big fan?
Yes. Doesn't put a foot wrong, surprisingly.
He's
I feel like
massive.
Yeah.
He looks huge
I
on the pitch.
don't know why, but he's got such a presence about him.
You see another French centre back there, Marcel Desailly, stepping in. I think Laurent Blanc in these situations is the closest thing to Van Dijk.
You reckon?
In my opinion, with the icons that you've been given.
Yeah, I think so. Either him or... Initially, when I did my draft, I thought maybe Ferdinand. But obviously, Ferdinand is like 700k in comparison.
I think Blanc's a little bit bigger as well, a little bit wider. He's got a big frame. It reminds me of like a big wooden door. Laurent Blanc. Do you know, like when you go into a castle and you shut the big doors?
Yeah.
I don't know why. It reminds me of that. Whereas Rio Ferdinand's more of like a sliding back door. He's smooth.
Okay, I like that analogy, to be fair. Very weird, but you know, we'll go with it. Cafu. You know what? As the tournament's going on, I'm starting to see why people like Cafu. You know, maybe that 1 million was well spent.
So much coins though.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, look at him. He's able to bomb up and down the pitch. You know, very good going forward, very good defensively as well.
As well, if you're using, say, if you've already got in Charlton and you've already got in Jarzinho and the players that you want in the team, it's like, do I get, let's say, Zambrotta and Ashley Cole as my fullbacks? Is the coins there that's available going to improve another position in the team? I think that's the big question, because Zambrotta at left back and Cafu at right back is a huge improvement on Cole at left back and Zambrotta at right back. Sorry, Ashley Cole, but Cafu is just better. He just offers more.
Yeah, I think he does. And the way a lot of these pros players, they utilise their right back and left back a lot of the time. Like a lot of the time,
one of them flies forward.
Yeah, one's going forward. It's most likely to be Cafu in this case, but he's forward. He's got decent ball control, and that's what you kind of want to look for. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you want to retain the ball.
Petit doesn't have that in his locker, and there could be a little bit of space in behind here as Sauer moves forward. Getting to the byline, cuts it back to Jarzinho. Travella into the bottom right corner. Fist pumps all round from team Anders VEJRGANG as he finds himself 3-0 up in a very comfortable position.
And one thing I'm loving right now is, look, he just takes that extra touch. That extra touch with Jarzinho allows him to just reset himself, make Sol Campbell lunge in.
Sol Campbell dancing.
Yeah, literally, he's dancing and takes his chance.
The confidence is certainly flowing, it's safe to say.
Yeah.
For Anders VEJRGANG right now.
Sure, and you can see it in his play. You know, he's being very attacking. The press is high. Obviously, you can see he's very animated, smiling, celebrating. So things are looking good for him right now.
The other game that was underway, it's just got into half-time. Abu Makar, we saw the opening goal, and he's still the difference maker in that matchup, leading 1-0 against Anthony Gabriel from Italy. A bit of commotion, but I don't think it was too much. Someone's headset just fallen off on the stage. Bobby Charlton's been a real difference maker in a lot of these teams. He was coming in at sort of that 2 to 2.5 mil range. And I think for the price, there's not a better player that you could have got in the team.
Yeah, I mean, when I did my draft, I contemplated, you know, I had Eusebio in there. But when you think about, obviously, what Sir Bobby Charlton offers, the 5-star weak foot, the power shot plus, you know, finishing is solid as well.
He can play numerous positions.
Literally can play centre forward, can play up front as people are playing him now. Just a very well-rounded player. And you can see as he's delivering today for a lot of people.
Just offside there, Eric Cantona, and that'll do us for the first half of play here. It's been dominant from Anders VEJRGANG, and that's not a description of Anders that we've thrown around a lot today. I don't think any player's really been as dominant in this fashion. Sean against Antonini was a 6-3 victory in the first round. That's the biggest goal spread that we've had so far, but right now we're seeing, I think, what we expected from this group. I think everyone at home, the reason Simikan was so invested, as you did yourself, was because we expected Anders to sort of pull away to the top of this group. With this victory, it puts him on 7 points, and he starts to make a little bit of a gap as well from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, he had a very mature approach in the first game, and it was a very tight game, obviously ending 2-2, but you could see, you know, he really took his time, was like, okay, cool, I'm going to take this point, and then kind of go from there, and really started to build his way up.
It was a great performance from John Barnes. He scored the goal, and I don't know if you can get this at home, but this is me and my good friend John Barnes, right there. Taught him everything I know. There you have it, me and John on the biggest stage. Shout out John Barnes. I had to get it in. I've never, in 6 years of commentating this game, I've never seen John Barnes used. I've been waiting a long time to get that in a broadcast. So, John, if you're watching, that's for you, mate.
Big up, John.
Anders the only player to use him as well in his team. Maybe that's going to catch on if we have another iconic week in future. The other match is currently back underway between Antonini and Abu Makar right now. 1 goal, the decisive scoreline at this point, as I am pleased to welcome in our reporter, our expert, commentator. Hello. She's done it all tonight. Casey joins us in the commentary booth for the second half of these round 4 fixtures as we're back underway in the second half of our featured match between Sean and Anders. Anders finally turning it on, Casey.
Finally turning it on. I mean, every single one of these matches that he's played in have been so exciting. The last match against Abu Makar, crazy to watch from the sideline. Seeing their reactions up close was so fun. But yeah, he's coming into this one calm, cool, collected.
So could have a chance here, Sean, from... He's lacked a bit of creativity?
Yeah.
Safe to say?
I think I would say that, you know, it's just not really clicking for him in the final third. That could be, again, maybe due to Anders' defending, which has been pretty solid, but just really hasn't been able to, you know, create that chance, that Travella or, you know, that finesse or that even just being able to work the way into the box has been very difficult for him.
Was it Georgie Best getting down the byline, looking for the cutback, and once again,
Laurent Blanc, ever present.
the oak.
The oak. The castle doors.
Beckham on the Trivela. Wasn't time green. The angle wasn't really there for him, Casey.
It wasn't. And it's funny, though, because Sean is currently top of the group. And if you were watching this match right now, you wouldn't think it.
He's not going to be top for long. Sorry, Sean. Anders 3-0 up. He has had a little flurry of possession in this second half so far, but 7 minutes into it, that's a lovely, lovely switch of play, I've got to say. It releases Cafu, it opens up the space, and Sean does some good defensive work this time around with Zambrotta.
And that's not the first time we've seen that switch from Zambrotta into Cafu. It's just such a deadly switch, and it just opens up so many different angles.
Here is John Barnes on the ball. See if this attack comes to anything. We've got a second goal between Abu Makr and Antonini. We'll show you it as this attack does take shape. Nothing really from it, so let's head on over and see the ball in the back of the net.
Ooh!
Has that got a deflection on the way through?
No. Just well worked from Cafu, and again, a million coins might not be so bad for him.
John Barnes on the shots. Barnesy again,
Hello.
into Jarzinho! Anders VEJRGANG makes it 4.
Clinical.
I'm still bewildered by the Cafu Trivela. It looked like he got a deflection on the way through. Let's have a look at this goal from Anders. It just keeps the pressure up. He recycles into Jarzinho. This time around, a goalkeeper in an Anders game not showing.
Yeah, I mean,
Up.
just relentless in the press after losing the ball. He gets it back on the edge of the change box, and again, the extra pass punishes him. Jarzinho been fantastic in this game.
Is that a hat-trick, I think, for Jarzinho?
I think it might be, yeah.
The thing about Anders that I love the most is that he waits for the perfect chance. He might need that extra pass in there, but he always... And there it is.
Big fan of the goal music. Can from Sean. It's a goal. Is it the start of something special? We'll have to wait and see. There's still time on the clock with 9-minute halves in action. It's pretty simple to me. It's George Best just
running down there.
Just hold R2 and just run it in.
Green time finish as well.
Let's see how this game starts to develop. Is there something in the water here in London? Group C action, week 3. Anders VEJRGANG, a fan favourite, and what we would argue a favourite to potentially go on and lift this trophy. He's got to get through the groups, and with a win here, he goes top of the groups. Jarzinho taken down, but Zambrotta timed it nicely in the end there, did Shaw. Short corner play, John Barnes into Sol Campbell. Surely he's not going to be striking it. Laurent Blanc again. We're just passing around the centre-backs, but he does win a free kick. Let's have a direct shot. Come on, Anders. Hit it.
It's a layoff. Oh,
oh,
my God. Oh, no.
Oh, what a save from Schmeichel. Did not expect that.
I did not expect that either. I think he was just going to lay it off.
Let's hit the power shot with Charlton. After the flick up, John Barnes. Edge of the box. Jarzinho, he's the man he wants.
Yeah.
Reverse elastic, yo. Oh.
When he gets on the edge of the box, he's just so dangerous. You know, Jarzinho is just the 5-star skills, and that's why you want players like that. You know what I mean? Being able to do that and just deliver, it's dangerous.
You know, sometimes when I watch Anders play, I think he's got to be playing a different game than me because he makes it look so easy. And I can never imagine myself doing something like that in foot champs, but he makes it look simple.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. I'm 11 wins and out, so... And this is a much higher level as well, so...
Well, someone who has certainly gone in his locker is Abu Makr. As Cantona played it into Figo, he made it 3-0, and Abu Makr won his first game keeping a clean sheet, 2-0 against Sean, and he's now 3-0 up in his third game. The only 2 goals he's conceded are to this man on your screen, Anders VEJRGANG, and he should have got a draw being completely honest, out of that matchup, I think we're starting to see the top two start to take shape here in the form of Anders VEJRGANG and Abu Maka.
Yeah, both been very, very composed, you know, very good going forward. Obviously, fantastic Czech performance, and that's the only reason, obviously, Anders did manage to get that win. So, you know, it's very, very interesting right now, and things are shaping up.
Abu Maka plays Manu in the last round of the day,
which could be a really good match. Honestly, when I watch Abu Maka, I'm so impressed because his game against Anders, he easily could have lost his head, but he's one of the calmest competitors out there. I mean, I would be raging at my monitor if I was not scoring a couple of those goals that he was attempting. But I think that's what happens at this point. He's also the oldest in this group too, so he's bringing that veteran status into it.
I think he's also probably, I know there's a lot of comparisons, the country of where they play from, the team, to MS Desari, but I think he's probably looked at him and gone, I honestly, I've watched a lot of Desari play, I can't ever really remember him even raising his voice in a celebration or in a fit of rage or an anger. He is such a composed player, as we see John Barnes getting forward again here for Abu Maka into Cantona. Simple finish in the end for the Team Falcons man. But just going back to my point previously, I think if you've got a role model, shall we say, to look up to, you take the best what they've given, and you can sort of see the direct comparisons between Dossary and Abu Maka.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even comparisons at this point as well. He might be stepping into those shoes. He might be...
big shoes to fill.
Yeah, quote unquote, becoming the king of the Middle East. Is he taking that spot? I don't know if he's there yet, but do you think he could be in that spot?
Absolutely. I mean, he's cruising at the minute. He's going into a final game against Manu Bashore, who's not played well today. That's safe to say. He would be the favourite going into that game. Abu Maka, that is. And look, if he walks out of today with 3 wins and 1 loss, and the 1 loss is against Anders VEJRGANG, you absolutely take that. These are live shots, and the clean sheet has been dirtied. Antonini getting a goal back, but it is only a consolation to him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's worked it really well. Obviously, Figo cut it back into Ribery, and again, like we mentioned, Ribery having that beautiful ability to dribble puts it away. But you know, with only like, I think it's 4 in-game minutes left, it's going to be very difficult to bring it back.
He's just seen no reaction. Is that you on champs, Casey?
Oh, I react a lot. I react too much, to be honest. I am not calm, cool, collected like a lot of these guys.
Do you know what I find? When I play champs, I ask more questions than I get answers for. So it's like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? What's going on? What am I doing wrong? Like,
we don't get answers.
Yeah, and you don't get answers for it. Like,
I'll channel my inner ball raps. Skill issue.
I mean, you're right.
Probably.
Abu Maka getting back that 4-goal advantage. Goes up the other end. We're back underway between Sean and VEJRGANG as well. 2 real decisive victories in this round, I've got to say. Anders 5-1 up against Sean, and Abu Maka here getting his 5th. Lovely first touch from Figo into Garincha, and he's all smiles. Is the Team Falcons man here at the FC Pro Open. Let us know in the chat right now, who do you think is going to win this group? Is it going to be Anders VEJRGANG, or is it going to be Abu Maka? They're the 2 contenders coming into this last round. Hustling for the top of the table position as Franco Ribery sticks it in the back of the net, but again, it's an added consolation.
It's going to be pretty much, I don't want to say impossible, but very difficult to pull it back. But he does well there, you know, just takes his time, sour into Ribery, and just waits for the keeper movement and times it in.
I'll be honest, sometimes when I score a quote-unquote consolation goal, I almost get mad. I'm like, I didn't even need it.
I could have done this 25 minutes earlier.
Exactly.
A lot of people saying Anders Abu Maka is the best. MJ OTB.
Nice game.
A lot of people liking Abu Maka in the chat. It's got to be said. I'm having a look there right now as Abu Maka does pick up another victory in this group. Puts puts him on to 6 points from a potential 9. As we just see the closing stages here, 10 minutes left to play. Did get a goal back, Sean, 5-2. So this is more doable because we've got a lot more time on the clock. However, Anders would have to capitulate like something we've never seen before. Okay, so if he was to throw this game away.
Yeah, I would be completely shocked if he were to somehow get a draw or even a loss here. But, I mean, Sean, he's top of the group, so it's not out of the question, but it's very, very unlikely at this stage.
Yeah, I think it will prove to be very difficult. As you see Anders just, you know, taking his time now, trying to run the clock down, switching the play, you know, between Cafu and Zambrotta, and it's very hard for Sean to get anywhere near him right now. Being said, he is working the ball forward with Zambrotta, but will he take it back or will he take it forward? That's the question.
That's a bit of a mistake, but SEN bails him out. A goal here makes it interesting. I think that's safe to say. However, it's got to come before probably the 80. It's not realistic, is it? It's finished.
It's very difficult, you know. It's just spreading the play, taking his time. All the spaces on the wings right now, and trying to get, you know, from the wing to the other side. It's very difficult.
And this win would put Anders on 7 points. Sorry, that would mean another upgrade for Simikan at home, with a potential for 10 if he was to win his last game, which would be a +2, an alternate position, and a play style unlock.
You want to know a funny thing about this group, though?
Tell me.
I have every single card. Live
Do
card.
you?
I do.
Fair
because
enough.
at the end of the game, I didn't know who was going to win. Right, I'm going to win either way. There's no way I'm going to lose.
Let me think. Let me have a look. I'm going to think everyone's going to do well.
Yes.
Everyone's going to
It's the only group that I did that as well. Other groups I chose 1 or 2, but this one I'm like, I'm going all in.
Week 1, Danielle Mallon. Week 2,
Didn't you have like 8? You had like 8 of them. That's what I heard.
a 48. Week 2, I had a couple of Williams.
Okay.
Thank you very much for that one. And today, I've got no one.
Really?
I've got no one. Simikan, when I looked to invest, was already super highly invested. So I skipped the Simikan bandwagon. I looked around the other players. I was contemplating could he buy it because I thought Abu Maka would have a good tournament. And he has 6 points, 2 upgrades so far. But yeah, I left it. I'm looking towards next week. I think there's got good potential next week. However, next week, we'll talk about it at the end of the show. That group, namely Group D, because it is the group of death, as Sean looks to get a 3rd goal here. Big fan of the music.
Yeah, you guys can't see it, but we're dancing here behind the desk.
He's worked it really well.
Play a look fake as well, we best.
Yeah. And then obviously Puskás just delivers there.
It's got so many good attacking players, Sean. You see Puskás, you see Best, Cantona. Like, maybe broke his draft down earlier. Has he invested too much in that attack?
Maybe, but I mean, when you look at it from the first game, obviously Puskás was delivering. I think he scored a fantastic Trivela as well. So it's one of those ones you can't really weigh it up. Do you know what I mean? It's very difficult.
Puskás for 1.5 mil though is a hefty
It is
price
a big
tag.
price.
You see Anders there, giving the congratulations and the GGs to his opponent, Sean. Top of the table right now, the young Dane, Anders VEJRGANG. Round 4 has been wrapped up. It was 2 comprehensive victories in the end for the 2 competitors who are jostling for position at the top of the group. Just have a little listen to these reactions from Anders. You heard the com new. TN.